What's up, beautiful reflections of light? In today's video I wanted to talk about an absolute truth. And the absolute truth is never really explained in words, because then it becomes a relative truth, but you can always point in the right direction. Because the absolute truth is that I am you and you are me. We're the same consciousness experiencing itself in different forms. And that's just how it is. And any thought or any judgment or opinion or anything even that goes against it is already losing the point, because you're trying to grasp the ungraspable through a limited perception of the human mind. It can only be experienced in the present moment, right here, where we are the same consciousness looking at ourselves in different forms. And if you truly, I'm always trying to help everyone come to this place, because it's the best place you can be. You're with God, you're with the source of creation, you're with light, you are the light. You're the infinite being of creation. And if you don't resonate, it's just you're not there right now in your journey. Otherwise, you can join me here in the presence, with no mind, being fully listening to what I'm saying, listening to me like it's you speaking to yourself through another form, like another physical form, but the same consciousness trying to help itself to remember what it is. And this is reached with no mind. I'm not saying you're never gonna think again, because the mind is a tool, but you will think when you want to think. The mind will not rule over you. And this can be achieved so easily with just here, right now. You can achieve it with me and just get a taste of it. And if you get a taste of it, being fully present in silence, where there are no thoughts, you're fully right here experiencing this moment with no distractions. And if you have thoughts, just observe them, because if you observe them, they just go. If you attach yourself to them and your identity with your mind and create a false self in your mind, then they stay and you create resistance and blah blah blah. Otherwise, they just come and they go. And that's the beauty when you learn how to get present. It's like you can just let go of the seriousness of your mind and realize what is. Everything in the moment is always perfect. And it's not like it's perfect, like, oh, you have everything you could ever think of in your mind instantly. More like you have infinite bliss and peace in the present moment, and you truly understand that that's all there ever was. And we're infinite. Didn't start or finish. That is just this human form that the consciousness is wearing right now, experiencing. Like, we're fully human, and we are a limited form of consciousness of light, experiencing ourselves in this form. But that doesn't mean that your consciousness is anything else than light, because it never began or never finished. And all of this is just a game from God, the light, playing with itself to create the ego and forget and have all these experiences through the multiverse of creation. Like, humans isn't the only thing that God is playing as right now. It's playing everything infinitely, everywhere, through all spectrums of light, through the whole universe. And when you get to this point, it's like the best way to get, the easiest way to get to it is just do it with me now. We can do 5 deep breaths and you will at least taste it. And if thoughts show up, please just try to concentrate on being the breath the whole way. Let's take 5 deep breaths. I'm first just gonna tell you, you go like this with your mouth and let it go. That's all you have to do. Gravity will take it out for you. You just have to breathe it in the belly. The rest it will do by itself. And then you just have to put your conscious awareness on being the breath, fully in and like letting it out. And just create a flow of that without stopping, like this. Now do it with me, please. Breathe in on 3. 1, 2, 3. And if you manage there, like, you feel it instantly, your vibration raises, your frequencies go higher, you're alkalizing your blood, you're getting more oxygen flowing in your cells, everything is working more properly, because everybody is shallow breathing all the time. So it's both healthy for your body and for your spiritual, your vibration, your soul, and everything. It's good in every way and form. And breathing is psychedelic. When you breathe yourself to enlightenment, when you really practice it deeply every day, then you're producing DMT. Like, that's how you get to the point where you leave your body when you do breathing techniques. You start producing DMT from your pineal gland. And when you do breathing like this, just like we did now, like just a few of them, do that for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and then increase it later to more minutes. But just do 5 or 10 minutes of in the belly and let it go. Do 5 to 10 minutes of that, and you get a microdose of DMT. You start feeling everything changing. Your consciousness is having a microdose of psychedelics through breath. Our consciousness, psychedelics are consciousness, and our consciousness is psychedelics. It's the same thing. Everything is just the infinite spectrum of creation. It's love. It's what we are. We are in bliss all the time. Everything else, if you're thinking and judging me now, or not even judging, like if you're too stuck in your mind to comprehend what I'm saying, and you're trying to make excuses and try to say I'm not right or wrong, like, I don't care. That's your consciousness. You can do that however long you want all the time, and I don't judge. But you will be losing the absolute truth. You could be joining me right now in presence with God in the present moment right here. And everything is perfect. Everything is full of love and the infinite energy of creation. And you can tap into it at any time. And I don't know how to express it more than just like... In silence, you find God. In absolute silence, no mind. And I'm not saying that you have to force your mind away. You just have to observe the mind until you realize that there's no point in think. You just realize that the thinking, constant thinking, is actually an addiction, and it's harming you and your energy, and where you're having all of your life force energy in your mind all the time. And when you get to the present moment in complete silence and no mind, you will feel like there's a weight that just like poof, lifted off your shoulders, and your ego has no more power over you. The self-talk in your head completely changes, and it works at your will when you want to, not constantly all the time to trying to distract you from the present moment and tell you you're not good enough and you should be there, and what am I gonna do in the future? Oh, I didn't do that right in the past. Like, everything is perfect. Accept the past, learn from it, and then completely just let it go. It's okay to use the past to tell funny stories or something, but in your mind there's no use for the past, because the present moment is all there ever was, and every thought is just a memory. It's just a physical, mostly physical programming of your mind trying to comprehend everything that happened to you in past experiences. And when you realize that when you realize there's a difference between I in the mind, the identity with every mind, every thought, and every self-talk and everything, you realize there's an I, you realize there's an awareness behind the thoughts, that you can choose which thoughts to react to or just let them pass. You've achieved a greater level of intelligence. You've leveled up your consciousness into a point where now life is blissful, because it's up to you. You're not ruled by your mind anymore. And this is the gift I wish to share with you guys. And if you truly join me in this present moment and listen to every word I had to say as if it's you speaking to yourself through another form of a human, but it's still just consciousness reminding consciousness of everything it already knows. Because your soul is omnipresent, it already knows everything. There's no inside or outside, there's everything starts from within. I love you all. Peace to you all. I'm gonna smoke a doopster, enjoy my little dream of God. Peace out.